Alright, so here we are back to start modeling that main case of that watch. First of all, let's select the two rings that we just made and then put it on a new layer, and then let's hide all this stuff here. From this point on, yeah, we have a nice top image, but what we don't have is a nice side image. That would be good if we had one, but we don't. So let's switch to a web browser, and if you go to that Rolex website, like I said in the first video, there's a cool animation where you can see a little bit of that watch. And you also see, if you go back here, you see the side of that watch. Let me just wait a second here. So what you see here, this is kind of like coming down here, and on the end down here there's some square type of geometry. So let's take a look at some other pictures. You can see it here, but let me check out another one. So yeah, this one. So you see this is coming down here, and then you have this square type of end here. So yeah, from this point on, when we model this, we have to eyeball stuff, and yeah, that makes it difficult to me, because yeah, it's always good to have a good reference, but in this part we don't have that. Okay, so alright, so let's go back to Maya, and let's start by building a reference object. So I'm building here a polygon cylinder, and let's type in the subdivisions of 52. That worked good when I modeled this the first time. Now let's go to the top view, and let's scale it up to somewhere about here. So I'm looking at the background image here, so I want the size as as the ring that we just did. So let's scale this guy down in Y. Let's give it some subdivisions on the caps, something like 3 or 4, doesn't matter. Subdivisions in the height, let's put in 3. Okay, so like I said, this is only a reference object that we use. So let's move this guy down, return on the grid, and now let's create a polygon cube. So we bring the cube to the same size as that cylinder we made. So we could select the cylinder and take a look at the scale X here. Let me copy that number, hit Ctrl C, and then take that cube and okay, so that won't work. I think it should be twice as much, almost 20. Yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly the same size, but yeah, almost. So with that, let's scale that guy down in Y as well. So let's turn on 2 layers here just to have an idea how we have to scale that guy up. I think that's, we scale that down just a tiny bit more. Yeah. Okay, I'm going with this one. So let's hide those layers and let's work on that cube. So let's insert some subdivisions on the width, 1, on the height, on the depth. Let's try something like, let me go to the top view, and we do something like 28. So I'm looking at this edge here, so I'm going with 28. And now we can go in and delete almost 3/4 of that guy. So select those faces, delete those and those. Okay, so now we have a basic shape here. Let's insert an edge loop. and we want to put it right here. So where this thing is coming out from that main piece here in the background. So we want this line, this split right here. And now what we can do is, let's again delete a few faces here. So select those and delete those. Okay, so when I modeled this the first time, I used a different technique, and to be honest, I tried I tried many different ways or different techniques to realize this. But yeah, in the end, there are always many or different ways to get to the point where you want to be at the end. So let's select this edge, hit Control, right click, edge ring and split, and do the same down here. And what we do now is we create a curve. So you can go here to curves, or just say here up here, create a CV curve tool. Let's go to the side. If I find it right here, so should be somewhere about here. So hit V to snap the first part of that curve here on that edge, and then let's try something. I know that here on the end there will be the square type, and that's sitting just a little bit below that main case, somewhere about here. So let's hit enter, and then control vertex, so right click and select the control vertices, and let's smooth that guy out so that we have a nice rounded shape going down here. So let's check it out from the top view, and let's take the whole curve, and the curve automatically has its pivot in the center of the grid, and that's what we don't want. So hit D and then C, and then you can hover over that curve if I can grab it. So again, D and C, and then middle mouse and bring it here right to the start or beginning of that curve. And now we move this guy here to with holding down V and middle mouse over that point, and then let's go to the top view. Let's check that out. So you see, if you take a closer look, I mean, we could first go in and snap it to this point here, the top point here. V, middle mouse, snap it to there. And yeah, if you take a look at that, so this has to be a little bit longer. Yeah. So yeah, we could go in and scale that guy out somewhere about here. Let's check it out from the side view. Yeah, and as soon as you are happy with the curve, actually it's looking good to me. So yeah, this is where you again can go in and tweak it till you die. So the cool thing about using this technique, let me show you that real quick. Take that curve, that object, and move it here to the center. V, middle mouse, and bring it there. And then what we do now is we extrude edges along that curve. So with that curve selected, go to edge mode, select the two edges here, and then say under your polygons tab, say extrude. Okay, so now you can here under the input say, okay, we want the extrusion having more divisions. So click on that and middle mouse, and yeah, let's go with something like 7, or let's try 8. I think 8 is cool. So with 8 divisions here, yeah, that's coming into shape. And before I come into the 10 minutes limit here, let me pause the video and let's go on in the next one.